Hello, today I kind of just wanted to show off this parcel. I've already ripped that off, so I've made the same. Been shown. So yeah, so it's now. I'll get right into it. So they will shop at Tesco, very nice. Never seen a Tesco bag like this. First thing we got, Baxter Stockman Fly. Let's move the camera back so see a bit better. There we go. Baxter Stockman Fly is ones with bent, and I have to heat them up and bend it back to straight. So yeah, never had this figure before. Very nice. Okay. Very nice. Definitely gonna have to do something with them wings. We're gonna do a comparison in a minute. I'll get the robot Baxter down. That he's got a very good bulge on. I like that. Popper. No. That's a very expressive bulge on it. It reminds me of Krang's. That's been really nice to animate. That was really cool. So there is Baxter Stockman Fly. Next we have the Neutralizer. Very cool. Doesn't come with any of his accessories, but I don't really mind. That they come out, yes they do. Legs come out, yeah. Waist swivel. Has his harness, which is very nice. Oh, that'll tell me that's frozen because it's not even aligned. I wouldn't mind if it's frozen and aligned. I wouldn't mind, but if it's glued and you can kind of see how it's not aligned, it's not very fun. Is his head frozen? No, it's not. He's quite nice. He's quite a nice figure. I'm gonna have to work out something with that tail. If I manage to sort it, I'll put it in the end of the video. Racking. So this is my second Racking. I don't have my first one anymore, but when I first got him, he didn't have hands, so I had to give him some spare shredder hands I had lying around. He had a pen in his eyes, and all hair was split up, and yeah. And he couldn't stand very nice. Like, I'm not sure if it's like just that version of the figure that I had, or if it's just figuring. No, I think it was just that one. That one was kind of just a mess. I was gonna get a different one anyway, but then his leg snapped. So that one went in the bin, but it's okay because I got a new one now. Still having a difficult stand, but standing better. Then we have a foot soldier that is somewhat complete. He's only missing the ninja stars, the little knife, but he has his sword and he has his sheath that comes out. Very nice. This is my third one of this foot soldier, my fourth foot soldier, because I have a robotic foot soldier from when I was younger. I'll do comparisons in a minute because I've got two of these. The one has light forearms and light legs. The other one has light forearms and dark legs. So it'd be interesting to, but you can't tell unless it's compared, like, well, not compared, but like next to the other one. So I'm gonna bring them both down in a minute, and we'll see. So there is a foot soldier. Here we have a Half Shell Heroes Leo. Very cool. The reason I wanted these is because I like the ninjas in training figures they've done for this line. Like, they're cool, but I don't really like. I prefer how these look. And I like what, by the way, I said them where you cut off the handles and drilled in the hands so you could hold the ninjas in training weapons. So that's what I'm going to do because I have Leo's, Mikey's and Raph's weapons. I don't have Donnie's. I don't know how, but I only have 3 out of the 4. And unfortunately, I have Leo, I have Mikey's and Donnie's weapons, but I only have Leo, Donnie and Mikey. So he's going to hold this until I can do something about it. But yeah, I'm going to compare these to the Battle Shell Turtles. And then maybe some other stuff Here's Mikey. Oh, Mikey's fun. I like Mikey's expression. I've never had any half shell heroes. These are quite cool. Very, very happy to have these. They have big shoulders. Very, very big shoulders. And unfortunately, that is it. That is all I have. But yeah, so there is the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 figures. Very cool. I got these from Vinted. I paid £9 and £3 shipping. So all in all, I'm bad at maths. Hold on, £12, which isn't bad for what I've got. So yeah, I'm gonna bring some other figures in a minute, and we'll do comparisons. So here they are with the Battle Shell Turtles, and I think quite cool. I do like how Tmnt kept the skin tone the same. I do quite like that. I think Leo might be a little darker than Battle Shell Leo, but it's basically the same. So there is them. They're quite cool. I might bring Splinter down and do a comparison with Splinter in a minute. So you can tell which one I've just opened because he's still got the accessories. Okay, this one is the older one, the one that I've had the longest. I know because his eyes are a little messed up, and he's got the lighter feet. Or is that one of the? He's got one light, one dark. But here is the one I got last Christmas. Christmas just gone. You see his eyes are a little better, and you can tell his feet. The hands basically the same. Feet a little darker. I think he is the same as this one. Yeah, he's the same. Same coloured hands, darker feet. And then we'll bring this guy in. Yeah. But it's a very subtle, basically not even a difference. So it don't really bother me, to be fair. It's just cool to get more foot soldiers, because it looks cool on the shelf if you have a bunch of foot soldiers, and when it comes to stop motion, it is just nice to have a bunch of the army builder, because it takes a while when editing to get the scene. Like say you need like 3 foot soldiers, but you've only got 2. That's a editing thing, and yeah, it's just not fun. So yeah, so here are the 2 Baxter Stockmans. I need to get a new one of him. I've had him since I was a kid, and see he's got really loose stuff. He's actually snapped it. You see, I tried something here, it did not work. But yeah, and if I get a good grip on it, yeah. I need to get a new one of him, but I do actually, because I saw this figure. I think it's from Jurassic Park. He looked like he could be a good Baxter Stockman, like just standard anyway, like without any customizing. But if I get a new one of him, since his head already can come out, I might try to do a head swap. But that depends, because there is an episode, because I'm introducing him into my stop motion series. I don't know when, but he will eventually turn into him. So say I've already done that in my series before I get around to buying that figure, I'm probably just going to leave it, because I do not need 3 Baxter Stockmans on my shelf. So yeah, but that's how them 2 look together, and they are actually quite cool. And there's nothing really to compare these two to, because he stands on his own, and they never made Mona Lisa or Salamander, so he stands by himself. I just want to point me to Lord Dreg, but I don't have Lord Dreg because of that one episode where they tried to invade Earth. But I personally wouldn't do that, but you do you. And yeah, Rat can kind of just stand on himself. I'm looking at these 2 now. I won't do much customizing to him. I kind of just paint that on his tail, and paint that, and then paint the pink on the rat, on the Krang tentacles. Apart from that, he actually is quite cool. He's alright. He's got his gun. He's got his other gun. I would like one of his discs, but it is what it is. And for him, I want to get him a rat. I know you can probably buy some little rats on eBay or something, or commission someone to make some. I actually am in the talks right now to get a ice cream kitty commission, just a little statue, which is quite cool. And I need something to hold. I might find like a Donny staff or something. I'll probably have something. But I think it was just my last Rat King, because he isn't the easiest to stand. It takes a bit, but trust me, it's nothing compared to that last one. I think I probably would try and paint the rats, but it's not like something I'd be like, I need to do right this second. It's just like, if I do it. Same with him. It's like if I do it, I'll do it. If not, it's not the end of the world. They still are pretty cool. So I've just done one of the hands. You can kind of see what I mean. So I cut off the original sword, digged the hand out, and then now it kind of just. I'm holding my phone, so I'm splitting the tripod. I'll show you. So I'm not going to do it to Donny yet because I haven't got anything for him. But if I just there we go. See, I need to get a bit of sandpaper and just sand it down to smooth that out. So it's not done yet. You can see it's digged it out. And this one, it's a tight grip, so I might do it a little bit more. But you can see it goes in there and it ain't coming out. So yeah, and I've got 2 of these swords. So yeah. So here they're both. This is a couple hours after the first trip with Leo with the one sword. Not because it took a couple hours, just because I left it for a bit. But yeah, so it took me about, say, an hour to do the other hand and Mikey's 2 hands. You can see where I need to sand that down a bit just to blend it in. So this is kind of just an extra part of the video that I just wanted to throw on the end. Basically, my Baxter Stockman fly that you saw at the start of the video, his neck peg broke. You can see that peg on the other side broke, and yeah. So what I've done is I took this out of the head, which is here. And earlier in the video I was talking about how I wanted to either make a custom or just buy a figure that looks like normal Baxter Stockman. You know, just him as the human. But obviously that one already broke, as you can see. So this kind of just comes in and out there. And I want to get a new one of this figure anyway, because he's really old. But, so basically what I've done is I took the legs out. And I've almost finished this one. This one just needs a second coat. Basically what I've done is I cut off all the little nubs, sanded it a little bit, and then gave it a white base coat, and then painted it blue. Done the same to this, but I haven't got around to painting it blue yet. I gave it these Casey Jones arms, and then I filled in the little crevice, and then I've got to sand it, and then I cut off these Power Rangers hands and gave him then, so he's just got normal hands. So once that's sanded and painted, they'll just be purple, and then his skin tone. Same with the other arm. This one, I've just got to give it white base coat again. The legs are backwards. There we go. So I've just got to give it white base. So basically, I've got to sand there, give all of this a white base coat, and then yeah, that should be done. And I'll be able to pin the arms back in, because all I did was split this open a little bit and then pull them out. I just got to put them back in. And then the head, I can actually show you this part. The head, just until I get a new one of him, will kind of just sit in there. It still has the articulation. It's still pretty tight. But just until I get a new one of him, they'll have to share the head. But I feel like on my shelf I'll probably just have this one look deactivated, and him just like this. Yeah. So let's take that out. And then this one. I got this box, it's not painted. You can see I've already given it the white base coat, but it is Casey Jones. You can see I've carved off the head, just so he's got a little nub. Because now this, and it keeps all the articulation as well, it just sits on. Just goes on there, like that. So yeah. And obviously that's where I got these arms from, and these, obviously I gave this a base coat and all. Just go on there. I haven't figured out the wings yet. I don't know how I'm doing the wings, but yeah. But it's actually, but this actually makes him taller and skinnier, so it's actually more show accurate. But yeah, so basically with this one, I'm using the original head, original wings, which don't need painting, and then the original arms that the purple bit only needs painting. And yeah, so there's all parts. I'll probably like piece this one together and take a photo and like put it in the end. Actually no, I'll just do it now, just so you can kind of get the gist of like how it's gonna look. I'll put like, once I'm finished, oh man. Oh, okay. Once I'm finished with everything, which will probably like in a couple of hours, I'll throw like a little video at the end of this one, just because I could not be bothered to do a full length video. I haven't figured out how I'm putting on the wings yet. That's basically how it's gonna look. It's actually better because he gets more articulation in the knees. Not much, but he gets a bit of rotation and bend, and he can actually stand up straight. And he'll actually be quite a bit taller than the other Baxter. So yeah. But originally I wasn't gonna do this. I was only gonna do normal Baxter. But then I was looking through my parts just to see what I had, because I was actually quite bummed that, because I actually really liked the Baxter Fly figure more than I thought I was gonna. But yeah, so I was actually quite bummed out when it broke. But I've managed to get something out of it. So yeah. And it's just lying on there. When it comes to paint, I'm using this acrylic white paint just for base coat. Sandpaper as well, because it's helpful. This raw umber came in, I bought it off Amazon. It was like in a pack, a bunch of colours, and it was like £5. I'll probably put it in the description. Ultra marine, does that say? I'm very bad with reading. And then just this paint pen for purple. Acrylic paint pen, water based. Yeah. This was, I didn't want to have to mix up a purple and then it all be like patchy, and I wanted these two to match. So yeah, that's why I'm using this. But it actually works quite a bit. So, and then with the wings, I've got to show this off. You can come back here. The wings, I've sliced off one of the other side of the joint, just so then hopefully it'll either just get glued on like that. Where did the wings go? Like that. It'd be like that or like that. I think it's like that. So it'd be like that, and then it'd be glued on straight. Or I'm trying to figure out where to get it articulated like that. But if not, I just have them glued on. Just kind of like this. I do need to flatten them though. They're a bit bent. So yeah. Okay, so this is like hours after the last clip. It took quite a bit to do these. So here it's Baxter Fly. See, it's all painted. I end up changing the blue. It's more of a light blue. See, I've painted the feet, got the arms on, painted the torso and arms. I did end up actually making normal paint instead of using the paint pen. So you had to use 2 fat screws to get the wings in, but these are very tight. And I actually prefer how these are to the original, where they're on that ball joint type thing, just because it's easier to have them straight out. The head is the exact same, the arms are the exact same apart from the paint there, and wings are the exact same. So yeah, and for articulation, head can come off. It's basically like a ball joint, so you can look up, you can look down. There's a bit of tilt, and you can swivel. Arms forward, back, very stiffly out. Forward, back, out, swivel, knee, waist, and then wings can go all the way up and all the way down. So there is Baxter Fly. And here is Baxter Human. I need to change the skin tone on the arms to like get more this orangey type skin tone, but I didn't have any yellow or orange or anything, so This is like the closest I could get, which was just the basic brown that I had. So yeah, I do need to sort that. So, but apart from that, yeah, his feet are base. Didn't paint the feet at all. Again, just used the same colours that I did on that one, because obviously they're meant to be the same colours, so why would I change the colours? So there's that, and you can see him next to his robot body. Obviously, let's bring the camera, let's get him stood up first. Bring the camera down. He's shorter than his robot body, and I can still take the head off and drop it. It's not going in there if I wanted to, but that looks weird. But I do need to get a new one of him, and then when I get a new one of him, I will be doing something about this neck, because as yes, you can see the neck. It looks pretty weird. It looks a lot better if it was like this, which, yeah, it looks a lot better. So comparison, we're going to do Baxter and Baxter Fly. Obviously Baxter Fly is a lot taller. So yeah, just because I used a Casey body, not that body. Looking at it, I probably should have used these legs on that one and that torso on that one. Right now, so sort the legs basically, so I had the more posable legs in there, and had the more basic legs in there. But then he would have been quite stiff, like the original, because the original had these arms which had no bends and these legs which had no bends. And obviously Casey has elbows and all that. These are Casey Jones' arms as well. So yeah, they have no wrist swivel, but they have elbows now, which bend quite alright. His head, obviously just, yeah, does that. But for the most part, it's quite alright. So it's going to be these two go on my shelf instead of this guy. But it's actually alright for a stop motion now, because now I have all three looks for Baxter, which is quite cool. It's quite funny, I started these two customs today and they're finished today, when I've got a Slash custom I haven't finished, an Ultra Magnus custom I haven't finished, and a LARP Leo I have not finished. But you know what, it is what it is. I will get around to finish them, maybe, I don't know, probably. So yeah, there is them two. I'm going to get everyone in for this final shot from this video. So this is everyone from this video, and you can really see Baxter's no neck from this angle. Lovely. Anyway, yeah, this is everyone from this unboxing and customized video, a bit of a merge. I might do my own video on these guys about how to do it and all that when it comes to Donnie and Raph, but I don't know. And maybe a customizing video on these two that I'll throw in together, and like maybe if I'll do like that video and then like a video on like how to, like not how to, but like more in depth on these two, but I'm not sure. It might just be these two. But yeah, anyway, so yeah, thanks for watching. Sorry this one's been quite a long one, and goodbye.